The government of Maharashtra has announced a fresh set of guidelines under Mission Begin Again for the phase unlocking of the lockdown due to COVID-19. Now, the most important announcement today by the government of Maharashtra is that metro rail services will be allowed to operate starting 15th of October in a graded manner. What the government has said is that the SOP related to the metro rail commencement will be given by the Urban Development Department. But very important information coming in for commuters across the city that metro rail services can be allowed to operate, although in a graded manner, and the detailed guidelines will come out soon. Now, the other announcements that have been made is that teaching staff, around 50% of the teaching staff will be allowed to come to schools and colleges, but online teaching is encouraged. So the 50% of teaching and non-teaching staff that's going to be allowed will come for online teaching and telecounseling purposes starting 15th of October. They have also said that skill or entrepreneurship training permitted for centers registered with the government will be allowed to start starting 15th of October. Science labs are permitted to open for PhD and postgraduate students only. So basically what they are saying is that online teaching is encouraged, but for students under PhD or post-graduation, wherever there is a requirement, science labs will be allowed to open starting 15th of October. Another thing that the government is doing away with is that the stamping of the passengers coming in via domestic travel into Maharashtra. So the stamping with inedible ink will be done away with immediately. All the passengers arriving to domestic airports via domestic flights were being stamped for the 14-day quarantine period, but that's not going to happen anymore according to government. They have also said that the health checkup and stamping of passengers arriving at railway stations in Maharashtra is going to be done away with. What the government has also said is that government and private libraries will be allowed to function starting 15th of October. B2B exhibitions are also permitted, but outside containment zones only. Shops, most importantly, can now remain open for an additional 2 hours, and so the timing for shops now is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and this is being done to reduce the rush and crowd that gathers at shops. So basically, shops can now stay open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. starting the 15th of October. Local weekly bazaars will also be permitted to open outside containment zones from 15th of October. But all of this, of course, has to be followed along with the protocols and the preventive measures that have to be taken. Social distancing has to be maintained. Masks have to be worn. So all those measures remain the same. Very importantly, nothing yet has been given by the Maharashtra government on opening up of cinema halls, at least in Mumbai. So cinema halls are opening up across the country, but in Mumbai as of now, no permission has been granted by the Maharashtra government. Nothing has been granted for the gyms as well, for temples as well. But as of now, metro rail services, very importantly, allowed to operate will be a relief for a lot of commuters.